Capricorn, hey, welcome into Tropical Tarot. My name's Chris. I'm going to be doing a reading today. If you are new, welcome in. I'm very new to YouTube, not so new to tarot, but very new to YouTube, so I really appreciate you giving me a shot. If you're a returning Tropical Tarot person, welcome back. I really appreciate you guys. I love all the likes and comments on Insta and on Facebook and on YouTube, so I really appreciate you guys. Capricorn, this is going to be a reading for the 17th through the 23rd. We're going to focus on your past, your present, and your future energies. And we're going to see where we're going. No more wasting time. All right, let's get into this. In the past, you have building blocks. In your current situation, you have regeneration. And in the future, you've got serendipity. That's pretty cool, Capricorn. All right, let's see where we go for the tarot. In the past, you've got strength, 9 of Wands, the Hanged One. Current situation, 6 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Moon. In the future, you have the Ace of Cups, the Chariot, and the High Priestess. Very cool energy for the future. Overall energy for the reading is the Queen of Swords. So Capricorn, maybe you're a little bit more clear with your words. Or maybe you... I always talk about the Queen of Swords as like the... she asks a lot of questions, and she's very clear with her words, she's clear with her vision, so I always think of her as like the gatekeeper on a moat, like back in the day, like when there were castles and there was a moat and somebody would say, "Who goes there?" And I always thought of that as like the Queen of Swords, because she asks a lot of questions, and she asks questions to the point like where she won't let people in if they're not on her vibe, right? So that's where I come down to the moat thing, like who goes there? So you could be asking a lot of questions of people. You could be trying to find the truth, trying to find vision, being clear about what you want. Good for you, Capricorn. All right, so in the past, you have strength. Love the strength card. In the traditional tarot, this lady is like putting her hands in a lion's mouth. And who would do that, right? I think it proves that strength isn't always what we think it is, right? We always think strength is about determination, or strength is about how strong am I? How much can I endure? How much can I endure? That typical world will call you strong because you endured so much. Not necessarily. This goes into a whole different perspective, right? So if they call strength in a traditional tarot deck, so like Radiant Wise or this other one here, if I could find the other card, I'd show you, but it's not talking about so much the strength of in that typical way. It's talking about strength like intuition, strength like your insides, right? So she's not necessarily strong, she's just intuitive and brave, and understands the lion, understands what would freak the lion out, right? She knows how to talk to the lion to get it to do what she wants, right? So you are strong, you have courage, you have intuition in the past. And that's a really cool card with the 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands talks about like, hey, I set out on a new mission and I'm a little bit nervous, right? So she's standing there with all these wands like, hey, like what's gonna happen next? It's almost like you got to, I don't know if you guys remember the original Mario, but you get up to like level 8 or level 9, and this was how I felt like on the original Nintendo, like, whoa, I'm up to level 9, like this is a lot, I don't want to die. So maybe you just got to a new area and you're just a little bit trepidatious about where to take your next step and what to do, or at least you were in the past. But you were very strong leading up to that. And then I think you just kind of, all these steps in a new direction, and you know, the strength you had, I think it made you take a look at things in a different direction, or take a look at things in a different light. So the Hangman's all about flipping the way you view things. So I use death as an example for this card. So 90% of people, 99% of people think death is hellacious, right? Is the worst thing that could ever happen to you. But when you flip your perspective, you realize that we all die, that we're all, you know, living, breathing beings. Everything has a time to be over, and flip the switch entirely. Think of, would you value a newborn baby if people didn't die? Probably not, right? So I'm just saying that as an example of flipping your perspective. So maybe you've had a perspective that, you know, XYZ relationship is always the same or whatever. Well, why don't you stand on your head and look at that relationship from a different perspective? Or your job, look at your job from a different perspective. In the past, it's just saying you looked at it from a different perspective, and you understood that in order to get to where you wanted to go, you had to put building blocks together. You just got, it was almost like you just got this new Lego set for Christmas, and you were like, you know what, I get it. I've got to put, you know, this foundation on this building before I continue to put more blocks on. So that's where I think you were in the past. Your current situation, you got the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles talks about giving and receiving, right? So the Six of Pentacles is interesting because it doesn't ever say whether the giving and the receiving is even or not. So that's something we can clarify. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles for Capricorn. Six of Pentacles for Capricorn. Let's clarify Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. So for some Capricorn, I feel like there's going to be swift movement of maybe two younger or less mature people into your life. Knight of Wands is about passion. That's a fire sign. Passion meaning Knight of Wands is sexy. So he rides in quick, rides out quick. He's all about like just passion, a really good time. This Knight of Swords is an air sign, so this is also fast-moving energy, but he's more about clarity. He's more about his words. He's more about thoughts than necessarily passion. So maybe for some Capricorn, you've got two people rushing in kind of right at the same time, and then you're trying to give to both, maybe. Interesting. So you got the Page of Wands in the middle. I really like that for you, Capricorn. Page of Wands is a little burst of inspiration. Inspiration, new idea, a little bit of passion. But you have some fear. You have some things that you maybe can't see. So let's clarify that. That's a perfect thing to clarify. So let's clarify the moon for Capricorn. Let's clarify the moon. Moon's Pisces. So maybe you got a Pisces in your life, but I think there's some kind of fear here. Moon for Capricorn. Five of Swords. Empress. Seven of Swords. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Five of Swords is like a battle. Like, you ever get in an argument with your spouse? I used to do this with my spouse. We get into arguments all the time. And you fight and fight and fight, and then you suddenly look up and 10 minutes later or an hour later, and you're like, shit, like, what was that all about? That's what the Five of Swords is like fighting, and then you look back and you're just like, shit, like, what was that? I showed my ass. So maybe some fighting that I don't know. You've got the Empress here in the middle. So, and I'm getting this strong feeling that you're the Empress. Like, that you've got this just junk around you. You've got this fighting on one side of you. You've got this manipulation. Somebody's being tricky with you. And that's what leads to your fear. And I show you as the Empress. I show you as somebody that's stable, that's birthing something new, but you got this. I feel this strongly. Okay, so these two dudes that are in the past, and it could be a guy, it could be a girl, totally do whatever you want to gender. And I don't mean that in a weird way, it's just hard to explain. So if say it's a knight, right? I'll explain it. Say it's a knight, right? Some guys have female energy, some females have male energy. So cards can totally be, or roles can be totally reversed. But I think that these two knights are doing this tricky manipulation crap. And I think one's doing the one, and I would think the other's doing the other, or they're both doing it to you. And you have fear about going forward because of these two people, because you fought with them before, because one's been tricky. This card is never good. I don't like this card. I'm going to be quite frank with you, Capricorn. I do not like this card. Seven of Swords, tricky. So I'm glad I clarified with the Radiant Wise deck, because this is the dude I'm always talking about. This guy stole 5 swords, right? He stole them. He's looking over his shoulder like, hey, did you see me steal those swords? Yeah, somebody has been tricky, sneaky. This is behind your back sneaky. The other one is just like to your face, I'm going to fight with you, this is going to suck, and we're going to wonder why it ever happened. Best thing about this current week, so everything from these two nights to this trickiness to your little bit of inspiration you got, that's in your current week. That's the 17th through the 23rd. So the best news about all that stuff that I just told you is you're going through regeneration, right? Regeneration. Love this card. It just means that you have to go through the suck before you get to the really, really beautiful. And you're getting there, because I'm going to tell you about that a little bit later. Yeah, I'm sure you can see the card. Anyway, regeneration. This is about the suck before the beauty, right? So this is about shit burns down. And after it burns down, that soil is so fertile. The things that will grow out of that burnt junk is the most beautiful shit you will ever see. So this is like a tree, a very, very beautiful tree. And it's not just a tree, it has like this blue color that's like growing out of it. And I think that signifies like that you're not gonna grow just a little bit and become just a little tree after this experience. You're gonna be a beautiful tree. You're gonna be an absolutely beautiful tree with new colors that people haven't even seen yet. So that is the winning for you. And then your next week too. That's what I said about like you become a big, beautiful tree. Your final card here is serendipity. Right place, right time. So next week, following the 23rd, right? You've got Ace of Cups, Capricorn. Ace of Cups is love, abundance and love. Doesn't necessarily mean like the Lovers card where you're going to find your soulmate. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you're going to have a lot of love around you. And if you have a narrow view of love and you think that love is only through a romantic partner, I am here to tell you there is a ton of love in this world if you will just open your eyes to see it, right? So it's that person that, opens the door for you when you go into a restaurant. It is your friend calling you up randomly just to say, hey, I care about you. Do you want to hang out? It's about your dog that looks up at you and says, I just love you so much. You're going to have all kinds of love surrounding you past the 23rd. You're also going to be really, really in tune with how things work because you have the Chariot. So the Chariot talks about this pole, right? You are just this fast moving energy, this strong determination. And that truly comes from knowing yourself. Because in the traditional Chariot, the guy that's standing in the Chariot, right, there's no reins. And one of the Sphinxes means stop and one means go. And he's able to control those two Sphinxes with his mind, meaning that you've mastered yourself and you understand the way things work. And because you understand the way things work, you're going to have a strong pull and desire to go towards what you want. And it looks like you're going to be really either what you want is your intuition. I think you do. I think you do. I think that this Chariot, this pull is leading you towards your intuition, better intuition. And here's why. This is why you want this. You want your better intuition because this stuff played you. I'll tell you, the only thing that is ever true to yourself always are your emotions. And you will know if you're in tune to your intuition, wherever you think, if it's your gut, your heart, whatever, if you're in tune to that intuition, you don't end up in this stuff where people are tricky with you. You are less likely to engage in a fight because you know it's not going to benefit you, right? So I think you're headed towards your intuition. You're headed towards getting to know yourself. And I know that sounded like crap to me for so long. And once I actually got to know myself, I was very pleased. So I think that you have very good intuition coming your way. Right place, right time, good stuff coming for you. I really feel it, and we're going to clarify it. So where's Capricorn going? I want to get some clarification for where Capricorn is going. What is this serendipity that they're talking about here? Temperance, you're building stuff, you're going in a new direction. I'm so excited. I don't even say this all the time, but I said, where are you going, right? I said, where are you going? Where's Capricorn going? So you got the Temperance card, which is combining things, figuring out, it's like alchemy at its highest, right? Combining stuff, patience, and you're setting out for a new path. This is the Three of Wands. So this is like, you've already manifested it. You've already thought about what you want. You know you don't want this old stuff. Setting out on a new path for something good. This is something substantial that's going to come in. So you're going to kind of work on stuff, you're going to get it together, and you're going to set out on a new path. And this is the promise of something coming in worth your while. It's a coin. It's a gift of a coin. Could be money, could be a house, could be a lot of different things. Could be security. It could be the thing that you've always wanted. Think about this current week. Think about these 2 nights and then this mischievousness and your fear, and think about that. Do you want that anymore? No. You know what you want. You're looking for it here, and your very next card you find it. So Capricorn, you are going in a great place. I'm very excited for you. This is a phenomenal reading. You can get away from this past junk. You can be a new tree. You can be a tree with blue leaves on it because you're that special. Because the ground burned up and here you are. You get to grow again and become something better than you ever were before. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Here's my shameless plug of myself. If you like this reading, could you please subscribe? Because I'm trying to work on my subscribers. If you subscribe, please write, I subscribe, down in the comments. I would super appreciate it. And if you're already subscribed, just write, I already subscribed in the comments, and I'd appreciate that too. If you like this video, press the like button. I think it helps circulate them better. I'm not too sure. If you'd like a private reading, please reach out to the email below the video. It's TropTarot@gmail.com. Awesome. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great week. Thank you.